everything is clear. We wait. First row of red lights. And we're off. The Indianapolis Grand Prix is underway. And we've got a car stopped in a huge accident on the main straightaway. 2 cars involved. One of those is Aleutian, but look at that.
It's our pole sitter, Sebastian Saavedra. He didn't get off the line. He stalled on the line, and he was collected by Michael Aleutian, starting at the back, unsighted, getting to Sebastian Saavedra.
First time as well, so many imponderables at the start of this season, perhaps more ever than since Imola 2005, the first race. Red lights are on the left your poleman Romain Grosjean in the Renault colours, and away he goes, and the Team Lotus colours on the far side. That's Jules Bianchi who takes the lead, battle behind between Valzecchi and Kloss. And they all safely emerge from the first corner. Safety car is out, yellow flags. So the season starts as we expect it to go on. I'm Martin Haven, alongside me Tom Gaynor. Tom, what was going on there then?
Yeah, frantic as ever. We can see 2 cars in the pit wall. There was heavy damage to the car. I'm just trying to...
That's the second Renault car, isn't it? So that's Paul Verhaeghe, and the other one, who was close to him on the grid,
it's Esteban Gutierrez.
The GP3 champion. So Verhaeghe in one of those 2 that he raced with before. Well, there you see, yes, the stalled car. Oh my goodness, that was an absolutely monumental shunt.
Well, that was Lewis Rosier, wasn't it? That was huge. But he steers into the stalled car of Kloss. We can't quite see who
he is trying to dive around the red and white car in front of him, of which there are a very large number, unfortunately. So who was he trying to get by? You see him come swerving across to the left. Oh my word. Upside down into the barriers. Well, there's the danger. The racing engineering car stationary in the middle of the track. Yeah, it was one of the Arden cars that moved.
Robert Schwartzman, who will try and defend that inside line. We've got 5 red lights. The lights go out. Let's go racing. All the cars bar one get away, and the one that did not get away and has been really clattered into, I am convinced, is the Red Bull liveried car. So for sure that will mean that the race will be, I was going to say, brought under the safety car. And then got collected, and no, it's of course it's the car of Daniel Ticktum, and Daniel Ticktum thankfully is out of the car and he's perfectly okay. So Dan Ticktum then with huge damage on the car right on the start was just driven straight into, because seemingly he failed to get away at the start. And there you can see that also caught up in that was Jonathan, I am sure. So the doctor attending straight away to Dan Ticktum, but seems to be okay. Let's see exactly what happened here. So this the first replay we've had. So the first 2 cars avoid the stricken Daniel Ticktum, but then it's one of the cars from the very back of the grid that perhaps unsighted, although by dint of the fact all the other cars had moved. Goodness me. So, pretty sure from that replay it was a Meyer Vadjenathan. Try and pick it up again from here. Colossal impact and destroying both of the cars, but Ticktum was just sitting there, and Jonathan, look what is, well, the complete front of the car.
Cars, their rear engine flat sixes fire into life, and we're underway, and there's a staller on the grid.
Matty Graham,
who's already had a lap taken away from him, and he gets collected as well. So that's a huge incident. Ryan Ratcliffe, the car involved. Did anybody else get tangled up in that as well? We're immediately red flag. There are many cars damaged. I think that might be Josh Stanton, quite possibly. Also off the road, the Napa car as well to driver's right, which is Hugo Ellis.
That was a really nasty incident. Matty Graham has stalled on the grid, and the unsighted cars behind have collected him.
And Matty Graham not getting away from third position. Those in front did, and actually the car immediately behind reacted well, but then bang, Hugo Ellis, and that spears Matty Graham into traffic to the left. Mark Ratcliffe was involved, Ryan Ratcliffe was involved, I think maybe a fifth car as well, and there are 4 very definitely badly damaged Porsches as a result of this, Tim.
Yeah, it's a really nasty accident because of the incline, and Matty Graham was just on the crest of the flat part of the track. He was completely unsighted by the cars coming up further behind, and there's a lot of damage there to the cars, particularly Mark Radcliffe's car. I can't see that taking any further action. This is on board with Josh Stanton starting further back. Fortunately, he goes to the left. It all kicks off in front of him. He backs right out of it, and a gap just miraculously opens up in front of him, and he just gets through unscathed.
He actually had his hands crossed on the steering wheel there, not really knowing which direction to go, but the wall decided it for him. Matty Graham's ended up from the right-hand side of the grid, then wedged up against the concrete pit wall and couldn't immediately get out of the car. He got away initially, and then it stalled.
And he tried to get it going again. This is not going to make nice viewing at all. Horrendous look.
Motorhome, quindi lui sta benissimo, ha soltanto una piccola bruciatura sulla la gamba sinistra, e la bruciatura è stata dovuta proprio all'impatto perché è esploso il radiatore, e quindi lui si è ritrovato l'acqua del radiatore a 84 gradi che chiaramente è entrata nell'abitacolo, l'ha bruciato. In quel momento ha detto: ho avuto tanta paura perché pensavo si bruciasse tutto. Poi abbiamo rivisto, e state vedendo anche voi in questo momento l'impatto. A un certo punto c'è anche una gomma, uno pneumatico probabilmente dovuto all'impatto, che sfiora il casco di Joao Vieira, e Joao mi diceva:
oh, big contact rear of field. That's unfortunate. That's the sort of thing we don't want to be seeing. That was a fair hit too. Stationary car, unsighted by others. We managed to avoid that with Jack Crawford at the front of the field on the first race, and I'd hazard a guess this will be a red flag. Yes, I can see the red flags with the officials already. Let's just hope those drivers are okay.
Ugo on pole position, and he goes nowhere. Ugo has stalled from pole. What a disaster for the American, and he's been collected big time. One car upside down. We have not got word from race control, but I can promise you the red flag is about to be displayed. Ugo stalled from pole position. There is confirmation of the red flag, an almighty crash. We'll take a look at the replay. Ugo from pole position to the bottom right of your screen. The red lights go out and the American goes nowhere. Watch Frasinetti. Oh, wow, just tried to pull out. He was unsighted as Davide Larini, the Italian, was able to just get out of the way by millimeters. Frasinetti with nowhere to go, smack into the back of the American, upside down, in a frightening crash here at Imola down into turn 1. There is Andrea.
Dirk Schouten, second on the grid with the very vocal fan club. Niels Langeveld with all the pressure on his shoulders. 5 red lights on, 5 red lights off. Thomas Radonis has not got away. Oh, we've got problems. This is going to bring out a stoppage. He's been collected. I think that was Thomas Cangro that's gone into the back of him. So Thomas Radonis just didn't get away when the lights went out. There he is up against the pit wall. You can see the car is absolutely shattered. This is almost certainly going to be a red flag. It has to be. So the car's up onto turn 3. There's the red flag. So the car's going to be brought back to a stop. This is going to take a little bit of clearing up. So Domas Radonis, Nick Ho was the other one who was like all drivers are well. Right, on the car that's fifth on the grid just didn't get away. Not Knutson, was it? Yes, it was Knutson who just squeezed past against the pit wall. Cangro, unsighted, also collected Nick Ho. Everybody scattering behind. And Radonis, well, you can see there, just never got out of the blocks. And Knutson made fair contact with the wall, but he escaped it. But then it was Cangro. Now, who else was that? That was Mike Rosen. No, it was Niels Trost, who got up onto two wheels as well. In all of that, Dirk Schuiten had made a really good start to get in front. But that is irrelevant because this is going to be a complete restart once we have cleared this mess up. Nightmare scenario. Just what a lot of drivers fear, a stationary car on the grid. So now, looked to me, I couldn't see the lights there, looked like Dirk Schuiten was very eager out of the blocks there, but that's kind of irrelevant at the moment. Look at that, Alex Ryman taking a wheel on the bonnet. Oh, that's going to wake you up a bit, isn't it? The number 47 car, the wheel bouncing on the front of the car, that wheel flying through the air. Also there was Ziad Geris.
The feature race is underway for Formula 2. Robert Schwartzman's got a good launch, and there's a Stoller and Pourchaire and a big crash in the middle of the racetrack. Théo Pourchaire did not get off the line. Plenty of cars involved there.